Rice is fully breaking out, and it is time that the New York Yankees make a change with making Ben Rice their full-time starting first baseman, even when Anthony Rizzo comes back, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video, as we always do, because the New York Yankees lost a tough game against the Red Sox last night, but they bounced back today with a massive win over the Red Sox, winning 14-4 in a blowout fashion, led by none other than the up-and-coming 25-year-old rookie Ben Rice, who hit 3 home runs in this game. That makes him at 4 home runs on the year. 3 of them were in this game. Obviously, he's still new to the team. He's only made 50 plate appearances, but the man is showing that he is ready for this moment. We saw Ben Rice in the minors coming up, and we knew that he was kind of ready. We knew it was slowly coming along, and then we were like, all right, it's time to roll with Ben Rice. It didn't take long for the man to become the Yankees' leadoff hitter, partially because Gleyber Torres and Anthony Volpe can't make enough contact to keep that position. But at the same time, Ben Rice has come in and done an excellent job at it and shown that he might just be the Yankees' future first baseman for the next, I don't know how many years, but at 25 years old, it feels like it's time that they replace the older Anthony Rizzo with the younger Ben Rice. Now, I do have to mention Anthony Rizzo looked thrilled for Ben Rice. So, yes, it's still going to be a competition between the two, but there's 2 things to note here. We all know the deal with Anthony Rizzo. Outside of Aaron Judge, Rizzo's effectively a second captain. He's happy for his team. He wants to win. I don't really think he cares if he's on the bench at this point in his career, if the Yankees can win another World Series, which did feel likely in May, but then obviously the 2024 June Yankees hit. Things were a nightmare for us for a while, but maybe this win by the Yankees will help things get back into shape. Now, the Yankees can't hit a baseball, and we know that. They have the best hitter since Barry Bonds. They have a top 3 hitter otherwise in the MLB, in Juan Soto. Outside of those 2, DJ LeMahieu looks cooked ever since he's come back from injury. Obviously, the whole video is kind of about how Anthony Rizzo has looked cooked all year. Giancarlo Stanton was playing well, but in Giancarlo Stanton fashion, he plays well for the Yankees and then goes on the disabled list all the time. This has happened since we acquired the man, 7 years ago now? It's been the same thing over and over again, and the Yankees, similar to last year, cannot hit the ball. I don't know how it's possible that you managed to add Juan Soto to this team and not be able to hit a ball, but somehow the Yankees have pulled it off. Verdugo also hit a home run today, which was nice to see, because obviously we know the deal with Verdugo. He's fine against a righty, but the second that man faces a lefty pitcher, he essentially becomes a utility outfielder who's basically an auto out because the man can't hit lefties. Obviously he's a lefty batter, sometimes that happens, but he's our 4-hole hitter, and he can't hit a lefty. I don't care if he's a lefty. I don't care. He's our 4-hole hitter, and he cannot hit a left-handed pitcher. There are problems that the New York Yankees need to address. Now, I don't think Verdugo is long for this team, with the fact being that the Martian himself is going to come back and take that outfield role, and we're going to have, maybe for another year, Judge in the outfield after this, paired with hopefully Juan Soto if he sticks around, which I think he will, and Jason Dominguez. Things will be looking better because Dominguez obviously being the switch hitter and looking like exactly what we all expected he could possibly be in those few games that he played before getting injured. There is a lot of hype that the Yankees hitting can get better, and clearly this has begun with Ben Rice. Now, the Yankees need to do something with Gleyber Torres, and by something I mean trade the man and do what you have to do to get someone who can make contact with the ball. We are wasting Aaron Judge's prime. The man is playing as good as anyone since Barry Bonds, and we are just completely wasting it. Ben Rice might be the first guy where the Yankees kind of transition into this younger period. The Yankees slowly but surely, because baseball is a strange sport. Now, as you can see, the jerseys behind me, I'm also doing Knicks Digest. I'm trying to differentiate the two. The Yankees in baseball, you're able to make this kind of rebuild halfway through also having a contending team because of the amount of prospects they've acquired. They have a lot of great prospects. I did a video on it a few days ago with Spencer Jones making the All-Star Futures game, obviously, along with Brock Selvage. And Jones also coming up will give them another outfielder who is a lefty and can actually hit pitches from both righties and lefties. So they got young guys waiting in the wings to come up. They're doing kind of a rebuild, and they're not doing a rebuild, but they have enough to basically rebuild this roster and rebuild this hitting rotation to where this won't be a problem for much longer. But I don't care. Aaron Judge is not young. He's 32 years old. He's got, 4 years left of being this good. And obviously some of that's going to come with him becoming a first baseman. So that's the thing with Ben Rice. It's where do you go from here with Ben Rice for the fact that he's not always going to be playing first with Aaron Judge probably doing a bit of right field while also DHing. I know he's a center field now. He's not going to stay in center field. Dominguez is going to take that role. But maybe a little bit of left or right field while also at the same time doing DH and first basing as the Giancarlo Stanton years are about to end on us with the Marlins about to start having to pay him out. But there's a lot to like about these young Yankees. The problem is there's a lot to not like about these current Yankees outside of their pitching, and that has its own issues, and then obviously some of its hitters in the process. Now, as we can see, Ben Rice is the first Yankee rookie in history to hit 3 home runs in a game. The New York Yankees are one of the oldest franchises in all of American sports and the greatest of all American sports franchises. He is alone in that company. I was shocked when I saw that. I figured someone probably did it in the last, 135 years, but I guess not. Showing how good this man really truly is for this team. And when you look here, their current guys, and obviously Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson aren't really on the team or in the MLB anymore. Well, Hicks is, but Josh Donaldson's retired. J.D. Davis hardly exists. You're paying $71 million to position players who all add up to a 1.3 WAR, which is just obviously terrifying. Because when you look at this, you just realize the weird situation the Yankees are in, where they're paying guys like Rizzo, who's just done after the concussion, it feels like, and DJ LeMahieu, who's just really showing signs of age, and Gleyber Torres, who is the most confusing player ever. I don't know how he never recovered from being put at shortstop 3 years ago, but he has never fully recovered from that, it feels like. Verdugo, who's, more of a platoon guy, if you ask me. There's a lot going on with this team that needs to be addressed. Some of it through rookies or prospects. I'm thinking basketball. And some of it just has to be done through getting guys through the trade market. Now, obviously, Gabby did a video on a certain hitter, and you guys should totally check that one out because that would be enormous for them, and it feels like a move the Yankees could try to do, but they'd have to move one of their good outfield prospects to do it, probably Jones, but maybe not also because he does have an upcoming free agency coming up. Obviously, I'm talking about Luis Robert Jr., and that would be awesome, but you can't bank on something like that happening. The Yankees need to figure out how to get more hitters onto this team. Now, Ben Rice is a good start. We have to be happy with this, but at the same time, he can't do it alone with Judge and Soto because we don't know how long this is going to keep up. The man's been to the plate 50 times in his life at the major league level. And in these last few games, look, 14 runs scored today in the win against the Red Sox, which is more than the previous 4 games combined. You can't just go for 14 one game and then still be terrible at scoring runs the rest of the time. I don't know why the Yankees are in this weird thing where it's either we're going to score a ton of runs or we're not going to score any. But let's take a look at what Ben Rice has been doing so far, not counting this game. Before this game started, here's a look at his stats. The man... Now he has 4 home runs and a lot more runs batted in than 5. Has a solid on-base percentage that's going up. Takes walks well. Now he's been to 50 plate appearances at bats. More than 12 hits now. He's got 15 hits. All of his hits were home runs today. Obviously, the slugging percentage is going to take a massive jump after this. The OPS plus looking solid. The man... the fact that before this game already, he had as many walks as he did strikeouts showed that this man is not hitting like someone who just showed up at the major league level. He's patient. He's a consummate pro already. The man's having fun with it. He is exactly the jolt that this Yankees team needs, especially when you look at other scenarios, because I just don't see how the Yankees can really do much more to kind of help this team win. You need more guys. You need more guys to perform. Anthony Rizzo is not getting it done, and the Yankees are going to need to figure out, now that you can replace Rizzo with Rice, who else is going to have to get replaced here? Verdugo can stay for the rest of the year, I think, because it's like we know that Dominguez is getting ready and that Spencer Jones isn't far behind him. But the Gleyber Torres question, the fact that DJ LeMahieu is an everyday player for us when he clearly doesn't have that ability anymore is really worrisome. So the Yankees need to get this thing figured out sooner rather than later. They looked so good earlier in the year. There's no reason why they can't get back to that. But guys, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Like this video. Subscribe to Yankees Digest. We're getting things rolling over here. Multiple videos a day. I know it's a little quiet now, but I'll be shouting us out around the world. So you guys don't want to miss anything. Have a great day, guys. Go Yankees.